Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we will be learning how you can create a nested YAML file in Python. Before starting, let me give you a brief about what YAML file is, where it is used, and how the data is stored in it. Well, YAML is a markup language which is in human readable format and commonly used for configuration file, data sharing, and for data storage. Here is an example of basic YAML data and complex YAML structure. On the left hand side, there is a simple YAML structure, and on the right hand side, there is a complex, or we can say a nested YAML structure. Here in the nested YAML structure, there is an indentation rule that is being followed. Here indentation is done with the help of space, not with the tab. Okay, this thing you have to keep in mind working with the YAML file in Python. Now let's see how we can work with the YAML file in Python. Before working with the YAML file in Python, you have to install it onto your system. For that, you have to simply run below command onto your terminal, and that is pip install py-yaml. Once it gets installed onto your system, you are ready to work with a YAML data in Python. The package has some built-in function that makes it work with the YAML file in Python very easy. Creating a basic YAML file in Python. First, we have to import a YAML package. For that, you can simply write import YAML. Here, while importing, you don't have to write py-yaml. Instead, you have to just write import YAML. If you write py-yaml, you will get module not found error onto your terminal. So keep this in mind. Now, if you have properly seen the YAML example, over there, the data is stored in a specific format. In simple word, on the left hand side, we store a kind of data we wanted to store, and on the right hand side, we store the actual data. For example, on the left hand side, we have a name, age, married, status, which is nothing but the kind of data we wanted to store. Here, we wanted to store the name, age, and the marriage status of the person, and on the right hand side, we are storing the actual data, which is nothing but the actual information of that person. Now, in Python, the best way to handle or to work with this kind of data is to use a Python dictionary. That's why we have taken a sample data in the form of Python dictionary, and we will be storing this Python dictionary data in the YAML format. Okay, now comes the interesting part. Now we have to store this data in the YAML format. For that, simply open a file in the write mode and use a yaml.dump function to write the data into the file. Here the dump function takes two arguments. The first will be the data that you wanted to store, and the second will be the file pointer. So this is how you can simply store the data in the YAML format. After running the above piece of code, the new file will be created, and inside that you will get the data in the YAML format, creating a nested YAML. Now let's try to store the nested dictionary data into a YAML file, which will help us understand how to work with the nested data in the YAML. For that, we only have to change the value present in the data variable. Let's create a nested dictionary. Here, along with the name and age and marriage status, let's store the address of the person. On running the above piece of code, we will get the output which will look similar to this. Here, I wanted to show you one more thing. Above, I have shown you a single value such as string, number, and boolean, and also the mapping type such as data enclosed in curly braces is stored in the YAML file. Along with that, you can also store a sequential type, meaning storing a sequence of value. Let's say we also wanted to store the person favorite number. Let's add that in the data variable. Now if you run the code with this modification, you will see how the sequential type data is stored in the YAML file. Now that I have shown you how to create simple YAML file, nested YAML file, let me show you how you can read the YAML file in Python. This will be the simplest code. Okay, here you can use a py-yaml module to do that. First, import the library, open the file in the read mode, and use the load method to read the data. The method load return the data in the dictionary format, so you can use the key to access the particular value in it. Before winding up, one more thing you have to be aware of, and that is use of dump and save dump method and load and save load method. It is advised to use the save dump and save load method instead of simple dump and load method, as it provides a safest way to load and dump the YAML data, restricting the allowed YAML constructor to prevent the potential security vulnerability. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new in this video. If you like this kind of video, make sure you subscribe and share this video with your friend.